Chow. It's in Taiwan. 30 teams from all over Asia, US, Canada, from all over the place. It's a big event. I watched it last year. The day that it was finished, I emailed them and said, we want to send a team across.
Nearly every team there come from a professional background in either rope rescue or firefighting, so they did this type of stuff every day of the week.
Australia doesn't get involved much in this sort of competition, so they were really keen to have someone from this part of the world or their own backyard to come across and jump in and give it a crack. Absolutely, we had enough kit. We probably had a bit too much. $2,000 excess over, $1,800 back, 25 bags.
800 metres of rope, 100 kilos of hard equipment, probably another 60 kilos of soft equipment.
It's going to be a cheaper sport. I think we'll probably take more next time. The majority of the team is made up of people that work at the rescue centre regularly. It's something we've always discussed at the mine rescue comps. We'd love to put a team together.
So our team for Taiwan consisted of 5 rescuers and 1 casualty.
So I was unfortunately captain. It's a thankless job.
So Dan's really good with looking at the big picture and coming up with the plan of attack on how we're going to conduct the rescue. We've then got Brett McCallum, and he's really good at rigging systems. So whenever it came to how we're going to actually rig up this system, we'd look to Brett and Brett would give us really good guidance.
We had one person, Jess, that we invited in. She was a student here doing some training, and she showed a hell of a lot of potential. So we asked her to come on board and join.
So Jess is an ESO from Perth, and we met Jess back in our Women's Rescue Week earlier this year. We then have myself, so I was the second in charge, so I just listen to the captain and then guide the team into what equipment we're going to need, how we're going to go about setting it up. Carl Shea, so Carl is from Fosterville Gold Mine here in Bendigo, and he's got a lot of experience with mining. And then we had Pete, he was our casualty. So Pete just got to hang around and put all of his faith in us.
Training was hard. We had people from different areas of Australia, so to get people together and train was a little bit difficult. We didn't exactly know what we were training for, so it was a little bit tricky to tailor our training.
Both settings were amazing. One was in a stadium, the industrial setting, and one was up in the mountains for a jungle slash outdoor settings.
The height of this stadium was insane.
It was massive. It was a huge, big soccer stadium over there.
Nothing like what I've ever trained in before.
We'd never done anything like this before, and when we walked into it, it was large scale. It was a very big setup.
Yeah, a little bit nervous. We'll be right.
We've got to find that part that quick area. Cool. Ascend. Taking kit. Descend. Running. Ascend. Up. That fucking shitty fucking. That's going to be good. Exactly. Run along to here, right where we are. Rig up the top. Descend. Go to an ascend. Run across that walkway to the right to the peak of the north of the grounds. Descend. Run all the way back. Finish line.
Typical day was full noise. There was next to no downtime.
The tempo was unreal. So you'd start at 9 o'clock in the morning and you get your first job. And that first job is full of certain tasks that you've got to achieve in certain time frames. And then as soon as you finish that job, you go straight back to your assembly area, you get handed your next task, and you're straight out and you're back into it. You've got to do 5 in a day, and if you're not finished by 6 o'clock, done. You know, you're finished. Jess. Great job, mate.
Some of it involved climbing 45 metres up into the roof space of the stadium, abseiling over the edge of the grandstands, and anything you could think of.
It's really cool. They were just the coolest out there scenarios you can get. So I'd look at it once I got given my brief, and my team would be there and they'd go, okay, how are we going to do it? And I'm like, I have no idea. So I'd break it down into sections. Okay, my first task is I've got to get to there. I had an overall picture every time, get someone from A to B, but how you achieve that, climbing through through the outsides of a stadium and through beams and through handrails and over stairs and then down, it's complex. So you need to sort of just tackle the first obstacle, tackle the second, tackle the third, grab your casualty and then reverse it back. Get some water in, get some food in quickly. Within 10 minutes we're back on the next job, starting again.
In the jungle, that was out of control. It was hot, humid.
Abseiling off bridges and over walls into creeks. And
It's falling over this side. Perfect. Oh, nice and steady.
I can't take it.
Can you just go into feeding?
Yeah, mate, you need to go across to your right, third right slot. Two, we grab the back of the finger, get it going, get it going.
The bridge on day 2, physically it was really brutal. We had to abseil off one side of the bridge, lift a casualty, swing them underneath the bridge and lower them down into a designated area.
So your victim will be over there.
If you didn't work well as a team, there was no way you were going to get this completed. So we ended up having to have another team member descend on the other side of the bridge. We had to throw a tag line over, set up a rope system, and then haul across at the same time that we descended.
Thank you. Thank you.
Petzl gave us the Maestro to use, like some of the new stuff that's coming out. So this is a place that you get to meet those sort of guys and build some relationships, and they give you bits of kit to try.
We had a really good mix of people with different skill sets from different industries, and we all come together in the 3 days, and it was amazing to see guys that had never actually trained together and never worked together just pull together for 3 days and compete really well.
It was incredible to be able to interact with the other teams that were over there. They have so much experience and so much knowledge that they just loved to share with us. A lot of the teams were full-time rescuers. You could just see their dedication through the scenarios that they were involved in and all of the skills that they had. They were so fast and efficient.
Every team was really competitive, but at the same time, they were all really, really friendly. They'd all wish you luck as you were competing. They'd be all cheering you on if they weren't competing at the same time. But we did really well. We competed really hard, and I think we held our own.
The best thing about the competition was the camaraderie between every single team. Every time a scenario finished and a team had finished, there would be the other teams cheering them on, giving them high fives as they walked past.
The team that won were from Japan West, I believe, and they were incredible.
They are dedicated hardcore. They are off this world fast. Oh my God, they're fast. Yeah, they're good.
It didn't matter whether you got 27th or 1st, every team was treated like they were a winner, and it was so beautiful to be a part of that.
We go there, and we will go there every year now. But we go there mainly to learn.
We've picked up some really great tips and some new ideas of how we can train and how we can do different tasks better.
I think we've got a list of about 30 things that we need to change, purchase, move or modify after that comp. To be exposed to a international event, look at things completely different, work with other teams or watch other teams and have that level of experience that they would not get at the rescue centre that we do every time we're at a mining comp. And the learnings from it, from I think a training point of view or a trainer, looking at how everyone does things different is invaluable. It's fantastic.